Hey, welcome to A1 Hoop Zone, and today we're going to be talking about is James Harden overrated? Let's talk about it. James Harden's been in the league now. What he got drafted in 2009 as a third overall pick in the first round. So like what 13 years he's been in the league now. Started out with OKC, moved to Houston, to the Rockets, and then obviously just recently went to Brooklyn for the 2020 and 2021 season, and just recently got traded over to the Philadelphia 76ers. So it four franchises. So let's dive deeper into this, man, and into this hype of the James Harden, the fear of the beard thing that era, his mantra that he has. But anyway, man. So out of the 13 seasons he's been in the league, he's made the playoffs 12 times. Obviously, 0 rings. He's been an All-Star 10 times. So let's dive a little bit deeper into the statistics of James Harden and just kind of see where he's evolved and how he started out his career. I would say so. Obviously, we all know with OKC, he started out as a six man there, and for points wise, he was averaging. I think the first year he averaged roughly right up. I would just say 10 points because it was 9.9. So we'll just say he averaged 10 points a game. And that was in 2009. Then in 2010, it boosted up to, it looks like 12.2. 2011 jumped to 16.8, so let's just say 17. And then in 2012, 13.5. And then after 2012, he felt, he played third fiddle to Westbrook and KD for too long, so he wanted his own team. Wanted his own franchise and wanted to start something new. So he got traded to the Rockets. I'm pretty positive that the GM of OKC at that point in time, the better option was to keep that team together. But for whatever reason, it didn't work out, so he was traded to the Rockets. From there, it pretty much his numbers exploded. They literally doubled. First year at being with the Rockets in 2012, he was averaging 26 points a game, and then it pretty much consistently stayed around 26 for the next few years. And then in 2015, it went up to 29, stayed at 29 in 2016, then it went up to 30 points a game in 2017, and then that's when it made another large jump in 2018 and 2019 when he was averaging pretty much 30, I would say 35 points a game. And we all saw, during those times when he ran into the Warriors at that point, the dynasty, KD, or not, yeah, pre KD. So we'll go Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Draymond, Iguodala. Pretty obviously a great team that they ran into that won a championship. And then we'll go the KD era. Again, Rockets, Harden ran into the KD era. KD led Warriors, Steph, KD, and Klay. And again, Rockets lost. You can look at it as saying it was 1-on-3, however you want to put it. He had CP3 there for a short period of time. Obviously, CP3 got injured. And he got injured, still was playing, still a tough series. For each and every year they met up with the Warriors, it was a tough series. But he was never able to get over that hump, with them. So okay, so his next option, he decided, you know what, I'm gonna quit on the Rockets. I've given them all I can give. Everyone knows the backstories, going strip club, going clubbing, not practicing, ballooning in weight. Pretty much full blown diva behavior. That's the easiest way to put it. So this man went from averaging pretty much 35 points a game, and then the 2020 season he dropped it down to 25. That tells you he's still skilled. That's not easy to do. He was able to pretty much roll out of bed and go and drop 25 or average 25. But the thing about that is, it was losing basketball. He was out there just play a few games, put on a show, and then just shut it down. Or you can tell when he's quitting. Everyone knows James Harden doesn't play defense. Defense does not exist. I would say he probably is offended when somebody tells him he blew a defensive assignment or something. And I'm just joking on that part, but hey, you never know. But for him, yeah, he's not considered one of the top defensive players whatsoever. Probably the last as far as PER, might be the last. But anyway, so he pretty much quit on the Rockets, forced their hand to get him traded. He got traded to the Nets. So he went there, had some nagging injuries, things he was fighting through and dealing with, but still was averaging 24.6. The only difference there is that, when he went there, he had the hopes of having, a full season and having KD there and having Kyrie there and whatnot. But I believe playoff time came around. He had a nagging injury. Kyrie got hurt, and then KD was kind of left on his own to fend against the that whole situation. So we'll leave that there. My thing with Harden is this year around this so for this current season that we're in right now, he's averaging 22 points, right? Still averaging 10 assists, which is great. I mean, you can't. That is something you absolutely cannot sleep on. 10 assists, 8 boards. You can't sleep on that. So he's still, definitely a playmaker and things of that nature. Now, the only issue I have is that he again forced his hand into another trade, like literally forced the franchise to trade him by doing the exact same things he did for the Rockets. He quit on the Nets, started going clubbing again, ballooning in weight. Out here, you can see in the game the body language if somebody doesn't, get the ball the right way or they shoot a shot, something that doesn't go his way. You can tell in his body language he's pouting. It's almost like watching a kid pout. And so, if you're considered one of the quote unquote superstars of the team and you're out there pouting, that's going to rub off on everybody else the wrong way. So the players don't want to play with somebody like that. I mean, for make a long story short, and now it's coming out in recent reports, he had a riff with KD. They didn't see eye to eye on the offensive scheme and plays and how they should play offense and things of that nature. Again, you're new to the team. You are third fiddle. Let's be honest. KD is number 1, Kyrie is number 2, and Harden is number 3. That's just the honest spectrum of the thing. And so you get into it again. You're new to the team, and you're trying to argue with the facts of how the offense should be ran, and it's more productive when you have the ball and things of that nature. Let's scratch all that. Why don't you focus on your conditioning, focus on playing defense, focus on actually showing some type of intensity and commitment to the game. I mean, he likes to say, and tell these younger guys that's in either college or high school, I'm here, I work, I'm one of the best, blah blah blah, and all this stuff. But like, the only thing that you're not practicing what you preach. I mean, you're showing these younger players one thing, a few games here and there, but then when it comes down to crunch time, you fold. When it comes down to hard times, you want to leave. And so, how can you can't be out here telling these younger players they need to stick to the grind when you don't do the same yourself. You literally just force your hand and forcing the Nets to make a trade to the 76ers, and then you tell the 76ers that this was your number 1 destination all along that you wanted to go to from the point of when you were trying to force your hand out of, force the Rockets to trade you. Your number 1 destination was to go to the Nets. You're pretty much saying that so in hopes that the Philly fans will accept you. The Philly fans are nothing to be played with. They're not a joke. I mean, if you quit on them, they're going to let you know. The same way they had Ben Simmons and destroying that man, if you quit on them, they're going to let you know about yourself. That's the easy way to put it. So James Harden, he's eventually going to quit on he's going to quit on the Sixers. I don't wish it, don't hope it, but as history tells us, if things aren't going his way, if it's not going well, whatever the case may be, he's going to quit on your team. And he's gonna want to get out. He's aging. He's out of shape. He's having the same consistent nagging injuries, and he's not productive in the biggest moments. You can't count on him, and especially defensively. So the Sixers have a defensively sound team. So hopefully that can help cover James Harden's lack of defense. And again, who knows if the whole diva image, what's going to happen? I believe it's going to stay there. It's not going to go away. Probably going to, I'll probably assume that he's probably going to, request a trade, I would say, within the next 2 years. I don't see a long-term deal happening there, even though he just told them, oh, this is the destination I wanted to go to. But in reality, it's hard to believe the words that comes out of that man's mouth at this point. So is he overrated? I'm gonna have to say at this point in his career, I believe so. I believe he's past his prime and he's past his commitment, and his body is starting to break down now at this point. And so for me, I think he is slightly overrated. He's still one of the top players. You can consider, or obviously he got voted in as an all-star. But when you boil it down to if you're starting a franchise, you're not gonna choose James Harden. Let's just be honest. At this point in his career, again, he's injury prone, the diva behavior, and also just his willingness to just quit on his team and force his way, out. It's a very bad look to have that, that stamp, or where that you have that jacket on you, as being that person that's going to quit on your team. You're going to show that you quit on the team, and then you're going to force that team to trade you to another team. That's pretty much his MO at this point. So I believe he's overrated for that particular perspective, and literally that reason is that I feel his game, he'll give you a few good games here and there, but when it boils down to when it's crunch time, he's not able to get you over the hump. When things get rough, the first thing he does is want to leave, pout, whatever the case may be. So to me, starting out, numbers look good. He had a very promising career, but at the end of the day, if you're not able to get over the hump, and you're not, I wouldn't say grind it out and stay with the same team, but at the same time, the way you're leaving the team or the way you're doing things is not good business and it's not professional. And then to go and doing this, this little spit, little temper tantrums and things of that nature, it's just not a good look, man. So I would say, wish him best of luck. I hope the 76ers get right and everything works out for them. But in reality, I feel that, again, the Nets definitely got the better deal with this situation, with a younger and healthier Ben Simmons that's going to fit in perfectly with the scheme that they have going there. Let's look and see how this plays out. Again, just wanted to touch base and kind of not really rant, but get it out there, man. Do you believe he's overrated? If you think he is, let me know in the chat. Let me know your feelings on James Harden overall, his game. Again, I believe it slowed down due to the fact that they changed the rules so he couldn't get these little tic-tac, get into the free throw line like he used to years back. So now you're seeing him try to adjust to that, and it's taking a hit on certain things that he's doing. And he's losing a step as far as being able to rely on that quickness and first step. And, they're hip to this whole step back thing that's majority of the times a travel. So it's like, there's certain things, man, about his game that since it's starting to slow down, you're starting to really see it. You're starting to see the holes in this game. So, again, let me know in the chat what you think. Let me know what you think, how Philly fans are going to feel. If you're a Philly fan, let me know what you think. And I'll see each and every one of you in the comment section. If you haven't hit the like button, subscribe yet, definitely make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, provide feedback. If you don't like it, give a thumbs down. That's all I got for y'all, man. Thank you for stopping by A1 Hoop Zones, and I'll see you guys in the comment section.